And I'm like, Alana, come here. And I point, I'm like, that looks like a bear. And she's like, oh yeah, the cubs are over here on the other side of the road. They had just climbed the tree.
The folks that I met yesterday confirmed that here in the northwest corner of Montana, it is grizzly bear country, black bear country, cougar, and wolves all wrapped into one. And so you shouldn't take it for granted. You know, I've been here now probably, if I added up both trips up here, a couple of weeks. And you just take it for granted. I haven't seen anything here except birds, and it's been peaceful. But that does not mean that there is a bear that could potentially come up into your campsite. So I'm looking around me all the time, not with paranoia, but just, whenever I think of it, I'm checking the forest, just quickly glancing through, making sure that something's not coming towards me or sneaking up on me. I also keep bear spray on me. I've got some right now on me. I have a handgun. So I'm just taking some precautions, because the last thing that I want to be is one of those statistics that you think you'll never be because they're so far and rare. But where things happen is in the woods. I'm here with
Ron and Michelle and Gabriel.
Hey, Gabriel. Okay, yeah. And we were just talking about bears in this area, and I had to turn on the camera because go ahead.
Yeah, we live at the bottom of this road, not very far away, and there's a grizz with 3 cubs that lives up here and has tormented the owners of chicken coops throughout the region, and she's running around in this area somewhere, so it's just always good to be on the alert and listening for anything that's going on and paying attention to where you're going.
So I'm not paranoid.
Oh. You're not paranoid.
No, not at all.
No.
Yeah.
I think Hank saves our property because he's our Anatolian shepherd, and because that bear was just down the road, like a 1/10 of a mile down, and she has not come and bothered us because of him.
But he'll come and wake me up outside the window for me to come outside, and then he goes off and gets a little braver to go chase whatever predators are in the area.
I wish I had a dog with me.
Oh yeah, but those bears they're very real out here. That's a real
so
threat.
there really is a grizzly, at least one.
At least one.
And with her cubs.
Yes.
Yep.
And black bear. Are there?
There's prolific black bear throughout here.
You don't see them
We haven't seen them in a while, but a lot of times I'll see them cross the road, running across the road.
Gabriel's birthday, remember the black bear that was on the edge of our property? He was leaving.
He was leaving. Yep.
But I met a grizz, and I would say this would be the best scenario because my daughter and I were running up this road, and we had our Anatolian shepherd with us, and I heard a branch break on the left, and so I actually was not going to look because I always see deer. I don't ever see bear, but I always carry my bear spray. And I looked, and I'm looking, it's probably like 100 yards in, and I'm looking at this animal, and my brain's still thinking it's a deer, and then the other part's like, no, that's not a deer. And I'm watching this animal loping, and now she's not making any noises, and she's just loping, and she's making it look so easy, and my brain's still trying to register what it is. Well, she felt me staring at her because I had stopped, and so she stops, and the sun is filtering through the trees, and it like outlines her hair, and it's like multicolored. It's beautiful, and her head just slowly turns, and she comes to stare at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I yell to Alana because she's ahead of me, and I'm like, Alana, come here. And I point, I'm like, that looks like a bear. And she's like, oh yeah, the cubs are over here on the other side of the road. They had just climbed the tree, but they didn't cry out. So she was trying to figure out where her cubs were in relation to us, but since they didn't make any noise, she was just watching us. So she just stood there and watched us the whole time. I got Hank back,
our dog,
begrudgingly. He was like, what do you want? This is the shortest walk ever. So we turn around. I am actually walking backwards, And she's just watching us the entire time, and we just kept walking slowly. Best encounter you would want to have with a mom and her cubs.
Yeah.
But
so
had they said something, I think it would have been a completely different story, and then Hank would have, probably gotten injured because he would have tried killed. Yeah, he would have tried to.
Was this a grizzly?
Yeah. Oh yeah, it was a grizzly.
Because of multicolored hair.
You could see that and she was huge. She was a big girl, and you could see the hump. Like once she stopped, you could see the hump, and she was just beautiful. But she did not. After she made that initial tree, when she broke that branch, she didn't make any more noise. Like there, I wouldn't have known.
Wow. That
she was there, and I just happened to look because I wasn't going to. Well, but we've had wolves out here. Remember the one time when I was running? Oh yeah, I was running up here, and way past up. I was like 4 miles up. And it was January. I had a half marathon in February to do. It was called the Snow Joke. It's in
Sealy Lake.
Yeah, Sealy Lake. And so I was doing 10 miles. And the snow, it was so quiet. And the snow, like no wind. And it was just like... Could you say that? My watch thinks I'm talking to it. But the snow was just slightly falling. And then I have a black lab. And he runs like all over the place. Well, he came back to me and he started acting strangely, like he wouldn't leave my side. And so I'm looking at him and I'm like, what? I don't hear anything. I hear nothing. What is your problem? Like he just was super nervous, just looking around, stuck next to me. And so then I was like, well, I'll just start singing. So I started singing really loudly. And then in the draw up there, wolves answered me. A whole pack of them started singing. And I, for some reason, had reception, and I texted Ron, and I'm like, wolves. And he's like, how far? And I'm like, I don't know.
Right over there.
Like a couple miles.
Yeah.
And so he comes speeding up, and my dog and I, we're running. Like I had my yak tracks on, so I'm not concerned about slipping, and just running down the mountain because I had no idea. I know they wouldn't be so concerned with me, but my dog, they don't really like dogs. So, but still, who wants to see wolves? I don't want to see a pack of wolves.
Yeah. Okay, so what about cougar?
We had a cougar.
We had one 20 feet from our barn that we had to protect our animals from.
Oh my gosh.
We have friends in the area that hunt them regularly and have hounds specifically for hunting cougars in this region. I got a call at one point from a buddy of mine that lives very close. He said, hey, just wanted to let you know I went through your property and tracked this cougar across there, and then went back across, and we got it treed over by Murphy Lake. So you can run across cougar kills all the time. My dog drags them back home, the cougar kills.
Yeah, that would
he gets his
he appreciate that.
Oh, he appreciates it.
He does.
We actually cleared out the deep creek down at the lower end of our property just so the cougars wouldn't hide in there.
Because they were having some major kills.
Yeah,
deer kills down there. Yeah.
Well, you realize how well I'm going to sleep tonight.
Oh, you'll be fine. We're in tents.
Yep.
Yeah, I know. We are in tents. So
yeah,
I think that's all I dreamt about last night was grizzly bears.
But you got free range cattle around here.
Did you see them?
I didn't see them, but I've seen what they've left.
They just went through here too.
Yeah, you cross paths with them. They're like little ghosts in the night too. They just slip right by you. You never see them. Yeah. But yeah, if you drive up to the upper divide and go across, they'll usually be on that road up there too, hanging out. But
well, on my trips, I have seen a lot. Yeah, I've had to stop for them, get off the road. So, yeah. Well, thank you for again making my night.
You'll be fine.
You won't see them.
Yeah, I know.